Yes, hello and welcome everyone. It's Chris here from the Ministry of Dice, and I'm back again today with another one of my video presentation thingamadoodas. As you can see on the screen there, in this video I'm going to be talking about some hot combos and some janky fun that I've spotted from the spoilers from the upcoming sets that are due for the remainder of 2020. Well, I say hot combos and janky fun, they may not be so hot, certainly possibly not competitive, but they're fun. They've caught my eye. I want to give them a go. So I'm going to qualify that. Hopefully you'll forgive some hyperbole in the title there in order to make my thumbnail eye-catching to the casual viewer. However, this is a particularly exciting video because if you stick with me till the end, I've got some exclusive spoilers thanks to WizKids from the Phoenix Saga set. So make sure you stick around to catch those. Also, just a quick side note, traditionally, historically, I've done my spoiler reviews as written posts on the BritRollerSix.com blog, and so I'd be interested to hear, what do you think about me doing my spoiler reviews in these kind of video formats? Did you prefer the written versions? Do you want me to try and find some balance between the two? So drop me a comment below, let me know how you're feeling about them, or drop me a PM over at our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/the Ministry of Dice. But with all that said, let's crack on, let's take a look at these cards that have caught my eye. So, first up, we've got Moon Knight, one-man Avenger. He's in the Avengers Infinity Gauntlet set. He's a 5-cost mask, and his game text reads, at the beginning of the game, choose one of your Avengers affiliation character cards. For the remainder of the game, Moon Knight is considered to have the text of that card, including global abilities, instead of this text, replacing their name with his own if applicable. So, yeah, I just think this is really interesting. There's definitely been some 6 or 7 cost Avengers cards that I've noticed in the past, particularly in the Golden Age format, that I've never really given much time or played around with all that much because they've just felt like a bit of a stretch at 6 or 7 cost. But maybe with a 5-cost card that can copy the game text, there's maybe more potential in it. There's a bit of a downside there because you've got to have both cards on your team, though, I suppose. So there's definitely that. But I also like the fact that he has the same game text but replaces it with his name where applicable. So there might be game text that you want to double up on that he'll give you access to. So I know that many of you out there, like me, are going to be trawling over the Avengers affiliation now, both in Golden and in Modern Age formats, to see what kind of janky, shonky shenanigans we can come up with. There was a Doctor Strange once that I always had my eye on that I never really did much with, that I think I might do now that Moon Knight's on the scene as an opportunity to get my hands on that game text cheaper. He's not without his flaws, though. Notice the max die count there. He's only max die 1, so you're limited in terms of how many you can buy. It's also a rarity, so it may be difficult to get your hands on, but certainly if you do pull this one out your packs, there could be something really interesting to do. Also, again, remember, these are draft packs. They're designed for drafting, so this could be a really sweet one to get in the context of the draft too. Time will tell, but yeah, definitely a bit of jank there that I want to give a little bit of a go when the card finally comes around. Okay, next on the list then, we've got She-Hulk, Greenie, 6-cost shield. She's an Avengers affiliation. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? And it says, while She-Hulk is active at the start of your turn, before your clear and draw step, you may field a non-sidekick character die from your use pile at level 1. And then she's got this kind of usual kind of massive beat sticky Hulk stats of 146, 267, and 388. So there's something here. I'm not sure I've entirely put my finger on it yet, but I just feel like there's something really janky and some opportunity for some crazy combos in this. I don't know why. I wonder if, because I'm not a great bag manager, this could be a bad card for me, but I just wonder if you've got the capacity to set up your use pile, to have character dice waiting in your use pile that you can then just drag out and drop in your field straight from the use pile. Also, I like the fact that it says you may field a non-sidekick character die. So if you've got a character sitting in your use pile that has a when fielded effect, her game text is going to kick that off. So I think, again, I'm going to be kind of trawling through those when fielded effects now, and I've got a few ideas that I'm holding close to my chest in this instance. But stuff that it could really benefit you to pull it out and fire it off right out the gate before you've even done your clear and draw and before you've got to your main step. So just, there's something there. There's something there. It's niggling at the back of my head. I really think that this card is going to have some incredible opportunity attached to it. Now, whether it's competitive or not, is yet to be seen, and I'm actually doubtful that it will be competitive necessarily. But as a piece of casual, janky fun, come on. What a great game text. And there's not much stuff we've had in Dice Masters that happens before you clear and draw steps. So I also really like that element of it. Incidentally, get a Moon Knight, copy the game text, pop both of them out in the field, and get 2 dice out if you use PAL before you clear and draw step. What fun! You know what I mean? That's insane. So yeah, I just really like the look of this one. It caught my eye when it was very first put up on screen at the World Championship Memphis live stream, and it's been eating away at the back of my brain. So there you are. And please, by all means, head to the comments below. Let me know, is there anything that's a fun when fielded effect you think would suit this one? So yeah. Okay, on to my next card. And here we have Tombstone, 5-cost fist, recruitment orientated. He's a villain, and he's got a game text that says, when on burst phase, when fielded, you may purchase a character die with printed purchase cost of 3 or less for free. And his stats are really, really interesting, fascinating stats, in fact. 022, 244, 486. And that's the face you want, the 486 face with a burst. So on paper, I'm a bit like, well, geez, I've got to pay 5 to buy him in the first instance. I've then got to pay 4 to get him out. I've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting him on the burst face so I can get his game text. Really? Is this a good card? And it probably isn't, perhaps, but I've spotted another card in the spoilers that I really just want to combo up with this guy and give a go. Let me show you that one. It's the Sandman. 3-cost fist, Sinister is the subtitle, and he reads, while you have the character dice in the field zone with the highest fielding cost showing, or tied for the highest, your active Sandman character dice have their printed attack doubled on all levels. So that's a really interesting combo then, pair, because there's nothing else other than another Tombstone that's going to have a higher fielding cost of 4. So buy your Tombstone, get him out in the field. If you roll him in on level 3, great, because you get to buy a Sandman for free as part of the process too. But with him in the field, you're guaranteed, pretty much, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, please do, but you're guaranteed to make your Sandman 5, 6, 6 attack across his levels. That's pretty interesting. A 6 attack card for 3 cost, along with Tombstone, who's an 8 attack card on his top level. There's something, again, I'm going to repeat this phrase loads, there just feels like there's something there. There just feels like there's something there. I haven't quite fully put my finger on it, but I'm definitely going to give that combo, or some form of that combo, a go. Because it just really intrigues me to have that going on, you know. So if you roll in Tombstone on level 3, you get yourself a free Sandman, but at 3 cost you can buy some Sandman anyway. Get him out in the field at level 3. But what if you don't get him out at level 3? Well, you know, that's when you want to combo it up with something like Zatanna here, who's got the global, pay a fist once per turn on your turn, spin target character die up 1 level, so get him spun up. And I feel like, I couldn't find it, but I feel like there's something out there that lets you grab level 3 characters or something. I don't know. There's just something there, you know. I'm going to say this loads on this video. Just something there. So really excited about Tombstone. I think it's a really intriguing card. On paper, those fielding costs would make you shy away from him, perhaps. But I just don't know. If there's other cards like Sandman in the set, and I'd love to see if there is, that are going to draw off and accrue additional benefits because of his high fielding costs, then yeah, do you know what? I might be willing to pay the 4, knowing that I'm going to have 6 attack Sandmen in the field. I don't know. Something there. Probably not competitive. Probably, again, sitting in that casual, janky space. But I really love it. I love that. And also, the artwork's awesome. Tombstone looks suitably menacing. Sandman there. Nice dynamic action shot. Can't fault the artwork either. So there you go. Let me know what you think about that little combo that's caught my eye, folks. I may be bobbins. I may be on a train of madness there, but who knows? Anyway, on to the next card. So I'm going to move on to the Dark Phoenix Saga now. And Cyclops First Class. I'm going to focus on the keyword founder, because this keyword is almost specifically designed for combo potential. Now, conceptually, the keyword itself doesn't actually do anything. It's like an indicator tag to let you know that the card you're using is a founder card. And as you can see here on Cyclops, what you then get is these sort of additional benefits from using other founders. So the keyword in its own right doesn't do anything, but it initiates other game effects when you've got other founders. Does that make sense? So if we look at Cyclops here, it says, while Cyclops is active, when you field a character die with Founder, deal 2 damage to target character dice. So when you put a Founder card dice out, Cyclops is going to shoot 2 damage across the field, which I think is pretty handy. And 2 damage is just that slightly little bit of an edge that could be nice, you know. So what would be interesting, I suppose, would be to take a look at some other cards with the Founder tag, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Yeah, I think it would. You saying yes right now? Well, go on then, since you asked. Here we are. Let's take a look at some other founders. Here we go then. Beast, first class. He's a 3-cost fist. He's got the X-Men affiliation. He's a founder too. And he says, while Beast is active, when a character die with founder attacks, prep a die from your bag. So, okay, fairly decent. Pretty standard sort of Beast game text. He's got a lot of these sort of preppy game texts that go off when people attack or when he's KO'd or when things are KO'd, etc, etc. So fairly standard. He's a 3-cost, so he comes at a lower cost that might make him a little bit more attractive to use in combo with your Cyclops because he's cheap enough to buy up loads. But what if there was a 2-cost one? There is a 2-cost one. We've got Beast Combat Ready, a 2-cost fist with Founder. When Beast attacks, prep a die from your bag. Although there is a downside, it says the first Beast die you purchase this game costs 1 extra. So your first one's going to cost you 3, which is a bit of a bummer. But a 2-cost Founder card, yeah, I like that because those are nice and cheap to bring around and field a lot to get your Cyclops game sets going off. And also, there's a nice synergy there because your Beast, when you drop him in the field, his game text is initiated for when he attacks, so you want to be throwing him across the field. He's got 1/2/2 defense, so the chances are your opponent, if they block him, then they're probably going to end up KOing him, so you're ready to put him back in the field next turn. And also the fact that he preps a die when he attacks is pretty sweet too. So a lovely little combo there where you've got your Cyclops, you field your Beast, ping 2 damage across the field, maybe shoot something that's not suiting you, not looking right to you. If they've got a low field, that might be an opportunity to clear the way to let your Beast go through. But if they've got stuff out there blocking, then you attack with your Beast, get a bit of prep, and there's a pretty high chance, certainly at his level 1, that he's going to get KO'd and back in your prep area next turn. Your opponent's then putting that decision point. Do I give you that second shot with Cyclops to shoot another one of my dice next turn, or do I just let Beast through to take 2? But because Beast is prepping when he attacks, he's going to help you churn to get back to the Beasts, you know. So I don't know if I've articulated that very well, but I think there's definitely something there. There's definitely something there. And both versions of the Beast that we've seen there come with the Founder tag. So awesome. Tell you what, though, let's have a look at another Founder card, shall we? We've got Iceman, Mr. Ice Guy, 4-cost bolt, X-Men affiliation, no surprises there. With the Founder keyword, he's got Energize, double target character dice printed attack until the end of turn. And then he's got, while Iceman is active, your sidekick dice get +1 attack. So I don't know necessarily if he's quite the good combo synergy with Cyclops. His, you know, a 4-cost with 1 fielding cost across the board. Are you going to be wanting to KO and refield this guy? Possibly not. I like the Energize bit. Well, in fact, I like that, you know, if you get him in the field, he's giving your sidekicks a stat bump. If you don't get him in the field, well, he's giving something else a stat bump. But I definitely think there's something there around get a Cyclops out, get an Iceman out, then buy up all your Beast Combat Readies, field him, shoot something, throw him down the field, perhaps with a couple of sidekicks who are a little bit tougher than usual. You know, there's just something about that, putting the pressure on your opponent, giving them tough decisions and getting up in their grill over and over and over again. Prepping with Beast when he attacks. And, you know, we've not seen Jean Grey or Angel or Professor X yet, which are the other 3 I suspect will come with the Founder keyword. You know, that I'm just guessing from my comic book knowledge there, but I think there might be something about how it all comes together, and the fact that Beast has got Founder on the 2 copies of the card that we've seen here there might indicate that there's other Iceman rarities that come with Founder too. So I'm not sure he's quite right, but there's something about the Founders coming together as a unit and just sort of synergizing and comboing with one another. You know, like I say, get your Cyclops out, field an Iceman, shoot something. Buy beasts, field a beast, shoot something, attack with beast and a couple of sidekicks. Get him KO'd or cycling back round. You know, there's just something there. Again, here's that phrase, there's just something there I can't quite put my finger on. However, I'm loving what these spoilers from the Dark Phoenix Saga set are telling us. It's a draft set, again, just like I said before with the Infinity Gauntlet. It's a draft set, so I like the way that these kind of give you a sort of a structure to work your draft around. But then in Constructed, I think there's going to be some good fun, some hot combos, and some janky shenanigans to have a play around with. Well, if you've enjoyed this video then, guys, I would recommend that you go and take a look at the other 3 videos from my hot, anticipated, getting excited about spoilers. I haven't really got a good title for that mini-series that I did. On the right-hand side of the screen now, YouTube's going to recommend a couple of videos to you that their algorithm thinks you're going to enjoy. So why not, if you've got the time, check one of those out. Visit us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Ministry of Dice. Listen to the podcast every 2 weeks. Go and read a few articles on BritRollerSix.com. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed my little mini-series, and I'll see you in a video or on a podcast soon. Okay, ta-ra now.